Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Baseball Diaries. It has been a very long time,
It has been about a month.
about a month, without one of our. Well, I mean, if you follow either of us on Twitter, you've at least seen Tyler posting schizophrenic rants.
That was another thing I needed to add to the news and notes.
He's gonna have a schizophrenic rant on this one, or at least two.
Oh, crap. I don't have to. Okay. I was supposed to do more research on that, but go ahead.
So, the competition that we met at actually happened again this week. No idea.
So it's been a year since we've known each other.
We're not
Happy 1 year anniversary.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that. Yeah. You
What'd
weirdo.
you get me?
I should have got you a fucking zip ties and a duct tape for your mouth. Probably would have been better. Maybe a straight jacket. That would have been good.
I already have a couple of those.
Yeah, you have been to the loony bin a couple times. Anyways, I don't know who won.
I don't either. And I don't really care.
Yeah, who cares? Hopefully JB lost $300 more.
Our school didn't send anybody this year, which is why I did not get to coach anybody this year. So I was very upset.
JB
and I didn't get to go to Bourbon Street.
Well, JB still could have gone to New Orleans and lost $300.
Probably a good thing I didn't. Probably a good thing I did not go to. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. However, anyways, in the baseball offseason so far.
Well, the reason you brought that up, we'll say, is because
let's start with Jaron.
Might as well, because the reason you brought that up was I was curious. I saw recently that Jaron Duran filed for his arbitration, and we've talked before several times that arbitration, just for your key big players that you're trying to build around, do not send them to arbitration, especially over an amount that Jaron Duran is asking, $500,000. Jaron Duran filed for $4 million, and the team filed for $3.5 million for a guy that had 8.7 B WAR last year.
I mean, to put this into perspective, it is the Red Sox. So,
well, it is the Red Sox, and exactly what I was saying.
This is the same team that took Mookie Betts to arbitration.
Who proceeded to then go off and win his first MVP. And then in free agency said, I'm testing free agency regardless, basically to get him to get traded, got traded to the to the Dodgers, and then he signed an extension with the Dodgers.
And
so
you're
telling me arbitration didn't have something to do with that? When you go to a meeting where they're saying, yeah, we love you, but you're only worth this amount to us.
They also said they also wheeled in a projector and said, this is how you're so much worse than Chris Bryant at the time.
Yeah. And he was like, really? I'm worse than Chris Bryant. Okay. Well, I'm going to go put up 10.8 wins above replacement, and you can go fuck yourself. That's literally what I guarantee. They never said obviously he never said why exactly he left, and there's probably a multitude of reasons he left the Red Sox. But I would be crazy to think that one of them was not in 2017 when he went to arbitration.
Yeah. So remember, perspective, Duran's filing number was $4 million. The Red Sox filed at 3.5. So the midpoint was 3.75. How many players, just after your rant on Twitter, how many players put up more WAR than Jaron Duran, and what was the average salary there for those guys?
Oh yeah. Well, and that's hard to say but I'm gonna say, let's look up 2024 wins above replacement rankings.
Remember, Jaron Duran finished 8th in MVP voting this year.
Yes, 8th in MVP voting in a crazy year where he put up 8.7 wins above replacement, and somehow that wasn't that didn't win. Which a lot of years that does win. He put up more wins above replacement than Bryce Harper's last MVP. He put up more wins above replacement than Paul Goldschmidt's MVP. There's a lot of years where, had the league not been as crazy as it was, he wins the MVP.
And how many players? I mean, we had Gunnar and Bobby that put up, 9?
He was fifth in WAR wins above replacement this year,
which is crazy with 8.7.
Yeah, 8.7, and the ones who were above him were Aaron Judge, Bobby Witt Jr., Shohei Ohtani, Gunnar Henderson, Jarren Duran. So 2 of them are on their rookie contracts, being Gunnar Henderson and Bobby Witt Jr. Well, no, I'm sorry. Bobby Witt Jr. got extended.
Bobby Witt Jr. did get extended.
Which is what the Orioles need to do with Gunnar Henderson, by the way. But Gunnar Henderson's on his rookie contract. Shohei Ohtani is the highest paid player in baseball history, and Aaron Judge is
not
the third.
Shohei's not the highest paid in baseball history right now.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Judge.
No.
Or not Judge. I'm sorry. It's, Soto. Which blows my mind also. But regardless, was last year the highest paid player in baseball history and a freak of nature. Complete freak of nature. The guy literally pitches and hits. And last year had the first 50-50 season. And not only did he have the first 50-50 season, was the highest was put up the highest wins above replacement by a DH ever. So there we go with that. And that the only reason he DH is because he was injured or he can't pitch.
And he's also he has to DH anyway if he's pitching.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then you got Aaron Judge, who put up a stupid season. It's put up another insanely stupid season, and is third highest paid player in baseball, fourth maybe,
something like that.
Yeah, and then you got Soto at 5, and then you know who was under him in wins above replacement, just at 6. The now highest paid player in baseball history, Juan Soto.
Yeah.
So that's how good Jarren Duran was this year. Like he was one of the best players in baseball, and the Red Sox said, "Okay, that's great. $4 million sounds about right." Or I'm sorry, 3.5, not even 4. The $4 million that you're asking for is too much. Like,
and this
it's
is
mind blowing.
The Red Sox traded for Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, and people are. I'm sure everyone's going to come back at me and say like, "Oh, well, you're talking about guys who've been established in the league, so like, how does he compare to guys that were first-year arbitration eligible?" Okay, let's pull that up. Mookie Betts in 2017, in 2017 he went to arbitration after putting up a 6.4 baseball reference WAR. He got $10.5 million. Aaron Judge in 2021, 5.6 B WAR. He got $8.5 million. Pete Alonso, 2022, 4.4 B WAR, got $7.4 million. 2017, Chris Bryant got put up 5.7 B WAR, got $10.85 million. Trevor Story in 2018, 6.2 B WAR, got $5 million. Kyle Tucker, 2022, 5.4 B WAR, got $5 million. Lindor, 2018, 7.2 B WAR, $10.5 million. Notice how every single one of these players I've listed so far is about a win to a win and a half less wins above replacement.
Mm-hmm.
And notice how the ones that are higher, that are closer to about a win, got about $10 million. So almost
3.5 is ridiculously low.
His asking price was almost 3 times less than what these guys got that were around his wins above replacement. I mean, and I think the icing on the cake, the best one that I pulled up, and if I was at that competition on player side, Jarren Duran, I would have been like, and my final point is I'm going to pull him up against 2019 Cody Bellinger. 2019 Cody Bellinger ended up getting moved to right field, so it's a perfect comparison because Cody Bellinger also won the Gold Glove that year in right field while Jarren Duran was in center field. Jarren Duran is one of the best defensive center fielders in baseball, while Cody Bellinger in 2019 was one of the best defensive right fielders in baseball. Cody Bellinger put up 8.6 wins above replacement, got first in MVP voting, which, okay, like I just said, he put up less wins above replacement, won the MVP that year. I'd argue that he shouldn't have won it. I would argue that Chris Yelich still should have won it, but still, I'll sit back on that one. That year, Cody Bellinger put up a slash line of I keep changing baseball reference, and I'm still going to get lost now.
You have a tweet. You literally have a tweet.
Yes,
there is a tweet.
No, I know. I'm talking about the slash lines right now.
You put the slash line on the tweet.
I did not put the slash line on the tweet.
Oh.
That's a lie. Don't come at me. Put up a slash line of 305, 406, 629 for an OPS of 1.035. Jarren Duran this year had a slash line of 285, 342, 492 for an 834 OPS. So, yeah, Cody Bellinger had a much stronger slash line, but Jarren Duran has so much black ink on his stats that year. The only black ink that Cody Bellinger had in 2019 was 8.6 wins above replacement, was leading the National League. Everything, and then also total base. He had 351 total bases. Okay. Jarren Duran led all of MLB in plate appearances, at-bats, doubles, triples. Yeah. That's all of what he led all of MLB in. And then he also... Go ahead.
And, sensitivity training.
I don't think he led all of MLB in that.
Yes. Well, he was the only one caught on camera.
Well, true. Anyways, back to Cody Bellinger, how he stacks up pretty much perfectly against Cody Bellinger in 2019. So again, that's 4 years ago. So, I just realized I made a boo-boo on one of my tweets. I put 2023 Duran when I should have said 2024 Duran. Oh.
Yeah. I think they got the point.
Yeah. I think they got the point after the 15th tweet.
Yeah, it was a really long thread.
Hits for 2024 Duran, 191. Extra base hits, 83. Stolen bases, 34. Bellinger in 2019, 170 hits, 84 extra base hits, 15 stolen bases. So very similar players. One won the MVP. One could have won the MVP in a lot of seasons, just happened to be in a league with Aaron Judge, Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt this year, who were just like, what's 10 wins above replacement? That's pretty normal. Yeah, so that's the guy that decided to go to arbitration. Oh, and I forgot to mention the icing on the cake for the Cody Bellinger thing. Cody Bellinger got $11.5 million in arbitration the year after that. So literally what Duran asked for was just under 3 times that. I'm sorry, was just under a third of what Bellinger got. So maybe an $8 million would have been like, yeah, he's asking for a big penny. I still don't think he's crazy though.
Yeah, and the thing is, there are times where, and even last year when we did it, and we had to either rep AG or go against AG. Going against AG was easy as hell.
Oh yeah, team side AG sucked.
Team side
player side AG.
Team side for Duran sucks because that filing number should have been way fucking higher.
Team or player side Jarren Duran is wait, did I say team side or player side?
You said player side.
My God. I need another cup of coffee.
Yeah, you do.
Team side Jarren Duran is impossible. It's just impossible. I cannot think of
fathomable.
No. I'm trying to think. I was really trying to think of if I was trying to. Who am I going to bring up? I literally have no one comparable wise where I'm like, yeah, that guy is comparable. That only got $3 million.
Dude, I do not know. I genuinely couldn't even think.
Without there's that's literally last year when I did it and I was doing team side for Justin Steele, and there was one player that I threw in my comparable players list that I was like, I'm kind of I'm blowing some hot air right now is what I'm doing. I do not believe my own bullshit right now. And I was comparing Justin Steele to Michael Fulmer. And I was like, yeah. I was like, well, all right. They could be comparable in height. It was not a good argument. That was one of my worst. I threw it in there because I was like, if you buy my bullshit, cool. I don't agree with it. I don't buy my bullshit right now. I had better players to compare to, but that was one of the ones where I was like, they're kind of comparable. Kind of.
If you're nuts,
Like, they both throw baseballs.
they do.
They are both.
That is true.
They are both pitchers in the MLB, and this is what another pitcher in the MLB made this year. So, Justin Steele is a pitcher in the MLB, so he should make what the other pitcher in the MLB makes, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't have bought that either.
I wouldn't. I didn't buy it. I was like, I'm an idiot. Yeah. So, anyways, Jarren Duran rant over. I was gonna go deeper into a lot more of the stats, but we decided to record this on like Tuesday, and then it's been a busy week being a lawyer and trying to see people and switching jobs, and actually, I've just been lazy. To be honest, I've just been lazy. I'm gonna stop lying. I've just been lazy.
You
and
didn't even believe your own bullshit there.
Nope.
All right, moving on from Tyler's bullshit. In other free agent moves,
I'm gonna go make another cup of coffee. I can still hear you and talk to you, but yeah.
In other free agent moves, Corbin Burns.
Moves?
Moves, not moves. We're not talking about cows. Corbin Burns signed with the Diamondbacks. For whatever, if he has a crash out like Mad Bum, that would be electric. He said a lot of the reasons was tax incentives, which, I mean, okay. I mean, yeah, that is fair.
That's an American.
Yeah, that's a true American patriot right there. Taxes, no. But like Corbin Burns was the ace of the Orioles. Now he's a co-ace with Zach Gallen.
Which actually, that Diamondbacks rotation is going to be fucking nasty next year.
It is going to be nasty. That is true.
I mean, they're not going to compete with the Dodgers, but they're going to be nasty.
Well, and coming off that, Dodgers signed everyone.
Everybody. Literally, if you're a Japanese, actually, if you're an Asian American or an Asian player, you are now a Dodger.
Yes, the entire Japanese national baseball team has signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Don't forget Korea, too.
Oh, yes,
don't forget
Koreans
Korea.
Too. Can't forget the Koreans. Somehow Ha-Sung Kim is now a Dodger as well.
Yep. Which I read first, and I was like, I thought he retired a long time ago. And then I was like, oh, it's Ha-Sung Kim.
Yep. Well, I'm referring to the Padres shortstop.
Yes. No. What?
The Padres shortstop? Well, third baseman, whatever the hell. I don't know. Does he play second base now? Ha-Sung Kim?
Yeah.
I don't know what position he even plays anymore. He was very good last year, but
wait,
honestly,
no, that's not. Wait, are you trying to say he's the one that's on the Dodgers?
No, I'm saying that guy is somehow going to be a Dodger now because I don't think he signed anywhere.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, I'm sorry. No. I thought he's still. I thought he's still on the Padres.
Well, I think he was, but I don't know if he's.
I don't think he's a free agent yet. I thought he was another year or so.
I thought he was a free agent this year.
Okay, I thought he could be wrong. Regardless, yeah. We're off that topic. We're on Dodgers killing everybody now.
Yes. So the Dodgers last night signed Roki Sasaki.
To add to their multitude of signings this
off-season,
which they've also signed Blake Snell, Teoscar Hernandez,
Ha-Sung Kim.
I don't know who else, but I'm sure there's another one. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody.
Probably. Murakami, just in case you forgot, you're already a Dodger. You were a Dodger 2 years ago. We already knew this.
Yep. Now that Dodgers rotation now is just stupid. I mean, the big question mark is, can everyone stay home?
And which honestly, I doubt it.
I doubt it too. But the thing, I swear, I think the Dodgers, what their strategy was get so many guys that even if your entire rotation goes down, your backup rotation is a major league starting staff that's really good.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what they're doing because they're burning arms. They're just straight burning arms. Bobby Miller sucks now.
He had a bad year, but there is still potential with Bobby Miller. There's still a lot of potential.
Sure, but he was also getting lit up in AAA.
True. And I don't I don't disagree with you, but he still throws 100, and it's still pretty nasty. So,
on both of his fastballs.
Yes. So it's like he could figure it out.
He could.
And I mean, and that's what's crazy is like their entire starting rotation throws 100. Like
Except
everyone.
for Kershaw.
Except for Kershaw, which is crazy to say that Clayton Kershaw is like, where do you put, like, you're like, he's now your 5. What? Clayton Kershaw.
He wasn't even listed on the graphic.
I know. Like, 3-time Cy Young Award winner. Like, and they're basically like, let's take him out. And don't get me wrong, he's not a Dodger right now. He's still a free agent. But by all means, it seems like he's going to stay a Dodger.
He should just retire, honestly. At this
but
point.
He's not even that bad. That's what's crazy. It's not like people are like, oh, like Clayton Kershaw's old. He's 36. He's the same age as Jacob deGrom. And everyone is waiting on Jacob deGrom to come back this year. 100%. Like,
yeah, well, deGrom still throws 100.
Clayton Kershaw last year was a bad year. I'll say this is the first year he's ever. This is the first year he's ever had a bad year. Like everyone forgets that. You know, he is still the career ERA holder, lowest career ERA in Major League history.
Yes, I'm aware. We've done a deep dive on this man.
Yes, his last year he had a 4.5 ERA, which is not bad. Like that's not good for Clayton Kershaw. No, it's not good. But that's a typical 4 guy. But when you're a typical 4 guy that has 3 fucking Cy Youngs,
yeah.
Well, I'm not too mad about that. Like,
yeah.
And not only that, but then the season before that, he had a 2.46.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, only 131 innings. But would you, the Phillies, like a guy that's going to give you 131 innings with a 2.46?
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Any team in the MLB is going to take that. Like anybody is going to. Yeah, 131 innings of a 2.46. Fuck yeah, I'll take that. And like, what if he our ace? And you're like, no, he's your 5. He's your 5th starter. You're like,
you know who should sign him?
Who?
The Athletics.
They do. That would be the Athletics. Do have the potential to do the funniest thing of all time, and that would be it.
That would be the funniest thing ever. It's like, yeah.
But at that point, I would literally just feel bad for Clayton Kershaw. I'd be like, dog, no.
Just retire, dude.
At that point, it is just retire. And at this point, I'd be like, if the Dodgers don't sign him, dog, they did him so dirty if they don't sign him at this point.
Yeah. It's complete disrespectful.
They ragdolled him for years. I mean, 200 innings pitched, 233 innings pitched, 227 innings pitched, 236 innings pitched, 198, 232. That was a 7 year span of right at about 200 innings, and then most of them well above 200 innings. And they ragdolled him for those years.
Yeah.
And he was the best pitcher on planet Earth that entire time. Like, he just was. But for them to do that to him that entire time and win 0 World Series during that time, like, didn't even sniff one. And then he gave him one in 2020 where he was not a contributing factor. Well, I mean, not a contributing factor. It was 2021. So it's kind of hard to like say what that one was. And then they give him the 2023 one where he was not a contributing factor. Like I don't even think he pitched in the World Series, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think he did.
Yeah. So it's like, dog, y'all ragdolled him for a decade. And then now he's like, hey guys, like I can give you guys a 3 ERA in like 100 innings pitched and I'll be your 5 starter. And they're like, no, thank you. I'd be like, wow. Yeah. And then they're like, no, thank you. We're just gonna go throw another $1 billion at somebody
from Japan. Who cares?
They're like, whatever. We're just gonna throw $1 billion again. And he's like, but I can help you guys. And he's like, for like a very team friendly deal. He's been signing team friendly deals for like the last decade too. Like,
I think one thing that if I was any team along the East Coast at all, like just for future reference, it's just the Dodgers honestly, they should give Kershaw one last big payday just so he can retire here. Like, because he's been signing those team-friendly deals for forever.
He has. I got an idea though.
What's your idea? How evil are you about to get?
This is the beginning of Clayton Kershaw's villain arc. He goes and signs with the Padres. He goes and signs with the Padres on a team-friendly deal, and he helps the Padres take out the Dodgers. The evil empire. It's literally going to be the Star Wars series, Return of the Jedi. There's a new hope right now. And Clayton Kershaw's going to put up a 3 ERA with 220 innings pitched this year just to take out the Dodgers. It's his villain arc time.
He does a off-season program with tread, and his fastball's back up to 96.
He's 102. He's just shredding it.
If I saw Clayton Kershaw throw 102, I'd shut the TV off.
He's throwing 102 with that wicked fucking slider, and he's got the Clayton Kershaw banger back, and we're just like, what's he doing? And he's like, I have all plans to retire after this year. He's like, but after what the Dodgers have done to me, I'm taking them out. I'm done. It's over. I'm pitching 7 games in the NLCS to just make sure the Dodgers don't move on. And we're just like, and then it's just gonna be me the entire time. If he does that, I will concede. I'll be like, you know what? Clayton Kershaw's the greatest pitcher of all time. I'll be like, he's the greatest pitcher of all time.
If I see him throwing 102, I'm going to push the agenda that he, instead of doing steroids, was doing meth the entire season.
I don't know what. I'd just be like, he's the greatest pitcher of all time. I'd be like, he's the greatest pitcher of all time. And if he actually succeeds in taking down the Dodgers, it will literally, anytime I see him, I'm just going to play that song by, oh my God, I can't think of the name, who sings it, but There Goes My Hero.
Oh my God.
That's going to be Clayton Kershaw's
one, I think.
No, it's not Three Doors Down. It's a band that Nirvana used to be.
The band that Nirvana used to be?
Yeah, the lead singer, after the lead singer of Nirvana, did what he did.
I'm trying to look it up right now. My Spotify is not loading. Oh, there we go. Hold on. No,
Foo Fighters.
Oh.
There we go.
Thinking of Dave Grohl.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Stemming off of that, if I'm any other team in Major League Baseball, say you're a GM. You're the GM of the Cardinals.
Nope.
No, just hear me out.
No, I'm just saying I don't want that job. Not until the ownership changes.
Okay, ownership changes. You're the GM of the Cardinals.
Okay.
You're owned by some billionaire from St. Louis. Not named that guy. You're the GM. Japanese pitcher that throws 103 gets posted, right? Obviously, he says the same shit that Sasaki said. So he's spewing the same bullshit Sasaki did. Like, oh, he wants to come into the league with a mid-market team and just ease into the MLB. We all knew that was bullshit the second it left his mouth.
No, I'm not yet.
Are you even giving him a courtesy meeting? Like,
maybe a Zoom meeting.
No, I'm saying, like, you prepare a PowerPoint, you tell him what your plans for him are, all of this, you have a contract offer for him. Are you even doing that? Say, I'm the GM of the Phillies. I'm not even giving him the time of day because I know where he's going.
If I'm the GM in that scenario, I'm giving his agent a phone call and being like, all right, shoot with me straight. Because you give me...
I'm not calling him personally. I would call his agent and be like, all right, so what's the deal here? Does any team actually have a chance? Because if we're being honest, there is a pattern here, and we have no interest in wasting our time here. We'll go elsewhere immediately.
Yeah.
Because we know where he's going.
Yep. There's no point. And when the Dodgers signed Shohei Ohtani, we knew that's exactly what happened. We were like, he just signed.
That's the thing. Like,
he signed.
I don't even think Shohei's retirement stops this. I think he has to die. Like Shohei has to.
No.
I'm just saying, like, it's gonna take another, like, until he's actually.
It's gonna take some. It's gonna take a long. Well, I mean, honestly, what it's gonna take what it is, the only thing, what it will take to be fair.
Just for legal cover, I am not saying someone needs to kill Ohtani. I'm saying he needs to live a long life and like pass away of natural causes, and then we can finally see Japanese players going other places than the Dodgers.
Well, and
because he's going to pull them in even as
he is 100% going to pull them in as a retired Dodger. 100%. What needs to happen is another form of a Shohei Ohtani type in Japan, which, as of right now, that's Roki Sasaki, and he just signed with the fucking Dodgers. So
the only hitter that's on that same level is Murakami, and I think we're all already resigned to the fact that he's going to go to the Dodgers. He's going to replace Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, most likely, and that's what's like.
I wouldn't even prep a contract if I was any team other than the Dodgers.
What it's going to take is a player that's of that level of a. It's kind of like how the Mariners had a boost in being able to get Japanese free agents, like when Ichiro was there. But the difference was at that time, Japanese league or NPB was just not as like. How do I say this? Not as star loaded as it is currently.
It wasn't as talent rich as it currently is.
Yes. Currently, they're just as good as the MLB. They literally are just as good as MLB. Like, there's a reason why in the WBC they beat us. Like, they beat us as in Team USA.
Well, we also didn't have any pitching.
True. That is also true. But they still had MLB pitchers. Every single one of those guys was an MLB pitcher. And Team Japan
just didn't know they were a Dodger. Or the only pitcher that has come out recently that didn't go to them, like, and I'm talking big name, it's Kodai Senga.
Well, Shoto?
Well, yeah, but Shota, like, I don't think he was quite
Shota, also, obviously,
don't say Fujinami. That doesn't count.
No. Why am I blanking? Shota, whatever.
I'm trying to say the biggest names. Like, the biggest names have not, like, they have said that the Dodgers are not their only option. And honestly, I think that's to avoid tampering. Like, it's to avoid the tampering.
Basically.
Like, they'll hold the meetings, and I'm like, don't even give them that. Like, what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't give them the tampering out.
Because, like I said, the only thing that's going to stop this is somebody is going to have to, another NPB player is going to have to be on a similar level of Shohei Ohtani that nobody's ever going to, like, I shouldn't say ever, but at the level of stardom that Shohei Ohtani is, there's not going to be another player,
and he has
probably
to want
within
to
the next 10 years.
He has to want to be the opposite. He has to want to not be him. Like, he has to want to not even be friends with him. He has to be like, no, I want to take this motherfucker down.
Exactly. It's going to have to be kind of a villain arc where they go. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go sign with the Padres because everyone loves the Dodgers. Everyone loves this. I'm tired of everybody loving this. Everyone thinking that Shohei Ohtani is the greatest thing that this planet has ever seen. I want to be the Nomar Garcia Parra to Derek Jeter. Like, it's you're gonna have to be the Bane to Batman. Like, you're gonna have to be like, somebody has to do that to stop this Japanese wave of talent going to
tsunami.
Jesus fuck.
They get those all the time. That's not even.
They do. This wave of talent going to the Dodgers because at this point, unless you're an established guy already in the NPB, you're not a guy who is looking to come to the United States because you're doing the Shohei Ohtani role, or you just reached your free agency or whatever it's called, that where Yamamoto finally became an official free agent and you dominated for that many years. And now you're like, oh, I want to go to a team. Because the Dodgers, they're going to tell you, look, we have Shohei Ohtani, we have everybody that you would ever want on our team. And not only that, but we got a blank check for you. And you can have it. So there's just nothing stopping that, and until another player breaks that, basically.
Yeah, that's completely true.
And it could be anybody, but The thing is that Sasaki said, I want to play with Otani. And Yamamoto said, I want to play with Otani. Like, Shota Imanaga is the only one that was like, I don't really care to play with Otani.
Well, and Kodai, too.
Yeah, and Kodai. And it's like, wow, 2 guys. 2. And 2 of them who, on the WBC roster, were not the best pitchers on the team.
No, they weren't.
They were like the 3 and the 4.
They were.
Yeah. And you're just like, cool. Great.
All right, whatever.
So, anyways, with the Dodgers, their rotation next year is going to be
I don't even want to think about it.
Glasnow, Yamamoto, Sasaki, Otani, Tyler Gonsolin, Bobby Miller, Clayton Kershaw, Dustin May.
He's going to have some other random surgery that'll end his life.
That's 8. I'm at 9. No, that's 9. I can't even count. That's 9 fucking pitchers. 9 starters that are like top, like those are all of them are top 3 level guys on most major league franchises.
Yeah.
Like all of them are like most of them are 1s and 2s. Like frontline starters. The next tier are 3s and like solid 3s. Like if that's your third starter, you're gonna take it. You're not mad about that.
Correct.
And they have 9 of them. So like literally what I said before, they literally built a team where they're like, okay, let's say 5 of them have catastrophic surgery. Think you still got 4 that are 4 really good starters.
And then they're going to be scrambling for Bailey Ober at the trade.
Yeah, and then at the trade deadline, they're just going to be like, well, Tarek Skubal. And you're just going to be like, fuck you. If they get Skubal, I'm done. I'm not watching baseball. I'm done. It's over.
Oh, yeah, no,
if they get Skubal, which you know what? Maybe that's what honestly, I don't think Scoob would ever do that. Because Scoob gives me villain energy.
Well, he's a psychopath.
He gives me no, the Dodgers offered me a blank check. I took $3 and I went to the Padres. Like, that's what he gives me. He gives me that energy to where it's like, no, I was born in the darkness. Like, that's Scooble. Like,
he
I can see him.
The Bane music walking into his first start.
Dude, that would be epic. Also, off topic, but kind of on topic for us. Did you see all the starting pitchers, like top 10s, whatever?
Yeah.
The amount of people that didn't have Zach Wheeler in the top 5 blew my fucking mind. Just blew my mind. And I know he hasn't won a Cy Young. I understand that. But he has been top 5 in Cy Young voting for a long time.
The only thing that I would say was valid. You could have Scooble at 1, and I wouldn't mind that.
Yes,
Sale
agreed.
No, Sale just won a Triple Crown, but ability-wise, I still take Wheeler.
I'd say if you're signing, like, let's say you're signing a long-term deal, obviously you're going Wheeler, no question. But like, if you're saying going into a 1-game start, who do I want, Wheeler or Sale? I'd say you can go. It's a pick 'em.
Yeah,
like you can go either way. Like you can go. They're both really, really good. Like they're both fantastic, and especially if you say if you're certain that both of them are healthy. I think Chris Sale has better stuff, but I think Wheeler's going to go deeper into ball games. So I'm like, I don't know. Like I don't know, but like to say so. Zach Wheeler in his since 2021, second in Cy Young voting, didn't get any votes the next year, but he still put up a 2.82 ERA and 153 innings pitched, so he was injured that year. 6th in Cy Young voting, 3.61, 192 innings pitched. Last year's second in the Cy Young voting, 2.57 ERA and 200 innings pitched. How can you say he's not top 5? Like it blows my mind the amount of people who are like Wheeler's not top 5. I'm like that. He's wrong. He's top 3, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, he is top 3. You can go... Skubal is number 1. Like, in my opinion, Skubal's number one.
No, I won't even argue that. I think Skubal's number one. Like, I love Zach Wheeler.
Going into the 2025 season, Skubal's number one. Then you could coin flip between Wheeler, Sale. Some idiots are saying Skeens. Well, I shouldn't say idiots. Some people are jumping the gun and saying Skeens.
I would agree with jumping the gun.
He's got the stuff. He come out next year, throw 195 innings pitched and a sub-3 ERA? Yes, 100% he can do it. He's got the stuff to do it.
He could be Cy Young, but he should be the favorite.
He should not be the favorite. Agreed. 100% agree.
If he was like plus 900 or something like that, I'd take that money immediately. Like, I would take that bet.
Yes.
But he's like plus 150.
I thought it was like plus 350, but still, that's too. He's the favorite.
And he
is the favorite. He just hasn't proven himself. He's got the stuff. We know he has the stuff. It's just, can he stay healthy over a 162 game season? Like, can he make 30 starts?
Yeah.
And could he? By all signs, say yes. But I'm kind of a fan of, until he does it, don't say that he can do it.
I'm going to knock on wood. He still hasn't had TJ. So,
yes.
Knock on wood.
Yes. Which is a good thing at the end of the day, which is a good thing. Because as we've said before, I guess that's a decent transition point. There's a lot of pitchers now who are having their second Tommy John. Not their first, their second. And they come back, and there has been one actually effective guy who's had TJ twice and has come back.
It's Nasty Nate.
Yeah, that's it. Like, he's the only one that's come back and shown a success story after the second TJ. Which is crazy to say, because we're looking at, there's 4 big name players in Shohei Ohtani, Spencer Strider. Who are the other 2 that just had their second TJ that are big names? There's a couple other ones.
There were.
Because we saw a tweet on it.
Yeah, we did. In terms of level of who's more cooked, I think I'd go Strider, though.
You just want it to be Strider.
He's 24. He's younger than Skeens, and he's on 2.
That is crazy to me. That he's not younger than Skeens.
He's either same age or younger, because he was 24 last year, I think.
Is he really that young?
Yeah.
No, he's 26.
Oh, he's 26? Damn.
Yes. But still, that is, to be fair, that is still extremely young. He still has not reached the prime of his athletic career, or his athletic...
And he's on his second TJ.
Yeah. He's on his second TJ, and I think the only saving grace, because is the fact that it's not the same TJ surgery, it's the internal brace surgery. What does that mean? I don't know. I am not a doctor. I've never done surgery on anybody.
So it is still theoretical, because they haven't really done it that often.
It hasn't. I don't even know if there's any pitchers currently in the MLB pitching that have had that surgery.
I think he might be the first.
I think you might be right. Him, Shohei Ohtani, and whoever the other 2 that need it right now are.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
It ain't Logan Webb, we know that.
Wait. Was it Justin Verlander, the second one? Oh, Jacob deGrom and Walker Buehler.
Yes.
They're just coming back. Yep. Oh, thank you for... Oh, wow, look at that. AI actually helped me this one time. Jacob deGrom has come back, and he's pitched, and he looked nasty like usual, but he's pitched like 2 games. So, What are we getting? Walker Buehler came back and looked like shit. He was absolute hot garbage this year.
Yeah.
So, man,
And now he's a Red Sox.
Yes. Which, to be fair, I think good signing by the Red Sox, honestly. I think that was a good...
have a bounce back, that makes sense.
It's a flyer. You're taking a flyer for sure, but I think he's a good person to take a flyer on, because The upside is Cy Young caliber pitcher. Downside is like, all right, well, we didn't pay him that much money anyways. So
yeah.
So so
in better news, so before you go into that segment, Andy Painter's coming back from his internal brace surgery, so it'll be multiple pitchers in the MLB with that same surgery this year.
So we're gonna see the result of that internal brace surgery.
Yeah, and
very soon.
In even better news, Mick Abel's already on the 40-man, and Andy Painter is also a spring training invitee. They don't expect him to pitch in many games, just because they want to ease their way into
it. Yeah.
But if Mick Abel shows up and shows out, we can fire Taijuan Walker into the sun. So, from that, I mean, it's gonna be a really weird testing out process for those internal brace surgeries, because we're gonna be like, well, what does it really do? Like,
I mean, we're gonna have to see, does it produce pitchers that are better off? Because at this point, there's been one success, or more, I shouldn't say better off, as in, does it produce pitchers to bring them back to a level that they were prior to the surgery?
Because, all right, theoretically, let's see this. There are relatively two outcomes here, because Strider is really the magnum opus of this surgery right now, because he was a
him and Ohtani.
Force. Well, yeah, but I wouldn't let's just, in order to save Ohtani's pitching career longevity, just be a closer. Fuck it.
I don't know if that's the move, though, because the thing is, then he's got to pitch every day. And is it more taxing on your arm to pitch every day? Or not every day, but you know what I mean. Every other day, basically. Is that more taxing on your arm? And instead,
say he's, instead of going 6 or 7 innings, he's only going 1.
Yeah, but also you're doing that every other day, so that's also tough on the arm.
Yeah.
Or is it better that the Dodgers do a 6-man rotation and only have basically Ohtani pitch once a week? You know?
I'd actually probably go the second option there.
Yeah, and it's I think that might be the move also. But
okay, so back to my Strider is probably the magnum opus here, because that dude was otherworldly. And now, given the Braves now will have him, Schwellenbach, they got rid of the corpse of Charlie Morton, who the Orioles, for some godforsaken reason, signed. And then after that, I mean, it's kind of just, I don't know, are they going to have Bryce Elder pitching again? AJ Smith-Shawver? Is that going to be their 4 and 5? Because that's... And
this year, it's weird to say that this year's version of the Braves is not as scary as they've been.
They're not. And that's the thing. This surgery is so predicated, on if Strider isn't successful,
that rotation doesn't look as nasty.
Schwellenbach is great.
Yes, he's got good stuff,
and he has 7 pitches. So
he's basically
he's the Alabama Yu Darvish.
Yes.
I
would love if they interviewed him and he just had redneck names for each of his pitches. It wasn't a fastball slide. He's I call this one the spitball. What? This one is
moonshine.
This one's moonshine sink. And you're like, the fuck did you just say? And the catcher's just fuck it. We'll call it whatever he wants. I really don't give a shit.
He has his own pitch com with those names on it. You're just Jesus Christ. Damn.
And they have to do it in a southern accent, otherwise he doesn't understand. They do it in the regular pitch com accent. He's like, what? I don't know what that pitch is. And then they're like, sorry, moonshine sink. Oh, got it.
It's he sounds like Roll Tide Willie.
It's just the old LSU coach. What the hell is his name?
Ed Ogeron.
Yes, Ed Ogeron. Go Tigers. I don't even know where. Is Schellenbach from Alabama?
I have no idea. I'm going to look it up right now because I want to know.
Watch, you're going to be like, he's from California. Really? Oh, well.
Spencer Schwellenbach. Come on, load, Google.
He's from Michigan. He's from Michigan. Why we decided he had a southern accent and sounded like a redneck, I don't know.
Because his name is Spencer Schwellenbach.
I guess, like...
And he plays for Atlanta.
Is from Michigan, was drafted by the Guardians.
Didn't he play shortstop for
Nebraska?
Yeah, I think he went to Nebraska.
We're just like, you know what? He's a redneck. Why? Because we're dumb.
Anyways, I think if Strider comes back and it's like, say, where's your concern level? Like, because we're talking a guy who has, like, he sits 99. If he is out there and he's sitting 96...
It depends on what you mean by what my concern level is.
No, because... So say he comes out and instead of sitting 99 like he normally does, which is his best thing, like, he just blows you away. If he's sitting 96 instead and has to start throwing his breaking pitches more, are you more concerned, or are you like, well, he's just changed?
I'm very concerned. At that point, I'm very fucking concerned. If he has to start throwing his breaking pitches more, which are not the greatest the reason his breaking pitches are effective is because of the 99 fastball.
Yes.
Like, because you're sitting and you're like, oh shit, I gotta sit back on this 99 to 102 mile an hour fastball. And if it's not that, I mean, we saw what happened in the playoffs when he wasn't sitting that. He got teed off on his rookie year. Absolutely teed off on because he was sitting 97, 90, which is still hard. But
the pitch he threw to Reese is the slowest fastball of his career. And it was 94 middle of the zone.
Yep. And that's what makes me very concerned for Spencer Strider. I thought you were asking if I'm concerned for Spencer Strider or if I'm concerned for the Braves. Because my concern for the Braves is not as much because I think they're getting into the playoffs regardless.
No, I agree.
And I think because of all the team-friendly deals that they keep doing, they have money to spend.
They do. However, they've been very frugal so far.
They have been. I mean, well, look at what they did with Freddie Freeman.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And they still have Ronald Acuna Jr. for a sack of potatoes for the next 5 years.
That's the most insane contract in baseball.
It is the most insane contract I have ever seen. Like, everyone was like, yeah, this guy's MVP.
He must have not brought a translator to the contract negotiations.
I mean, either that or his agent was very concerned.
If he can speak English, I do apologize. I have no idea if he can speak English or not.
I think he can, actually. So.
Okay, well, maybe he just thought that was the best he was going to do at the time. And
maybe his agent was like very concerned about his injury history or something like that.
You've seen The Last Dance, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like the Scottie Pippen contract.
Yeah.
Where he locked himself in for so much less money because what does Acuna Jr. get on the open market right now?
$30+ million a year. Maybe even 40.
Fuck it. If he's like off that ACL injury, say comes back off that ACL injury, puts up a 50-70 season, and he's a free agent next year, he's getting more than Juan Soto.
Yeah. Yep.
Because he's also a better defender.
He is. He's a very good defender. Like, not just a better.
He does have the occasional bozo moment. Like, that does happen to him. But he is a much better defender, and he has a better arm.
Yeah. And the Juan Soto contract is such a insane contract to me because
I don't know how you give him more than Ohtani.
I don't either. And I understand he's younger. I do.
I get that.
But he's also...
His best pure skill is hitting, that's it. And that's a great skill to have. Wonderful skill to have.
But his hitting is not as...
He's a well below average defender.
No, well below... Yes. Very well below average defender.
Like, he's like... He's Nick Castellanos-esque in the outfield.
Yes. Like... And, like, his hitting, yes, is one of the best hitters in baseball. But I think people are really overplaying how
much value that can bring.
Well, and not only that, but just how good of a hitter is he? Because he's not the best hitter in the MLB. He's not. That's Aaron Judge right now. Like,
I'd argue Ohtani's better.
It's an argument. It is an argument. Like, I don't disagree with that, but it just.
You could have the argument, and
you could talk about that. Yes, you could definitely talk about that. And then it's like, okay, so he is a very great hitter, and you're getting his entire prime of his career for sure. But like, if I'm paying that amount for a guy who what I really need is his hitting, buddy, you're gonna have to be the best hitter in the MLB, and it's got to be you and a long
sizable gap.
Exactly, a sizable gap in that time.
Let's think about it. In his own division, is he even going to be the perennial MVP favorite? No, because Ronald Acuna, when he comes back, is going to be the MVP favorite.
Yeah, I mean, and then not only that, but then you got Ohtani too,
and you have Bryce Harper. It's like,
so
I don't even know if your favorite win MVP in your own division.
So this shows you exactly like why the Soto contract is kind of insane to me. Okay. I put up Albert Pujols and Juan Soto's careers, or through the first 7 seasons, which is how many seasons? Yeah, you're good. The first 7 seasons, which is how many seasons Juan Soto has played, and Albert Pujols put up in the same amount of time 54.9 wins above replacement to Juan Soto's 36.4. Games played 1091 for Albert Pujols, 936 for Juan Soto. Plate appearances, and Pujols has basically 700 more. Juan Soto, Pujols has him beat by about 400 in hits, almost 100 in home runs, almost 300 in RBIs. Soto's finally got him beat in stolen bases. Pujols has got him beaten everything on the slash line and the OPS plus. The only thing, everything in the slash line except for on base percentage, but that's by .001.
Mm-hmm.
And then OPS plus, Albert Pujols has him beat by 7 points. And in that same time period, they both have 1 championship. Pujols has 6 All-Star games, 1 MVP, a batting title, or both have 1 batting title. Pujols has at least 1 Gold Glove. Soto does not. Soto has 5 Silver Sluggers to Pujols' 3, but still, it's just to show you like
if you think about it, Pujols is probably the best right-handed hitter of all time.
Top 3, for sure. Top 3.
Yeah, and you could have the argument that he's the best. You could have it.
You definitely could have.
Would you win?
There's still Henry Aaron out there.
But they're paying Juan Soto like he's a modern-day Barry Bonds.
Yeah, they are. That's exactly what they're paying him like. And the Pujols contract that he ended up signing after his 10 seasons with the Cardinals, how did that play out for the Angels?
Not well.
Not well at all. Like, possibly going to go down as the worst contract in MLB history.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm looking at Soto's Savant page right now, right? Everything in his batting is bright red.
Yeah.
The one thing that's weak in his batting is his sweet spot percentage and his whiff percentage. That's it.
Yeah.
His sprint speed, not great. His base running value is -3. His range, his OAA, -5. He's a -5 defender.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna pull up Ronald's season because, I mean, not from last season because that doesn't really count. But
yes.
Let's go with 2023. His sweet spot is also not as great, but his base running value is also 7. His range is actually pretty bad. I didn't realize that his 2023 range value was -8.
That's shocking.
But his arm strength and his arm value, 5. So I guess DRS. And arm strength, he's in the 98th percentile. But this is a guy who also stole 60 bases.
Yeah.
And, he's Bryce Harper has been on TikTok a lot recently, probably because he has nothing better to do with his time. I have no idea. He said that he
Bryce
thinks
is in his influencer era. I don't know if I like it.
it's very confusing. He's also apparently a raw milk drinker, and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Bryce.
Funnily enough, probably the most predictable thing ever.
Yeah, that's true.
He said he personally thinks that Ronald Acuna is the best leadoff hitter in baseball, which I would agree with.
Yeah, I would agree. I would 100% agree.
Like, even if that motherfucker singles, he's going second to third.
Yeah. Yep.
He's stealing second, he's stealing third, and now your pitcher's in a bind. Like,
yep. It's today's version of Ricky Henderson.
It is.
Except for with more
power.
Yes.
Way more power. And
yes. And it's not to the same extent as with stolen base. I understand that. Ricky was he's the greatest base stealer ever, so you can't even compare him.
Can I share my screen? I just want you to look at, I'll show you. Hold on. Screen.
Should be at the top. Yeah.
Let's go there. Just look at that.
Yep. Yep.
And is that really so? Wait, you're still seeing the Acuna one?
Now I see Juan Soto.
Is that really worth that much more money?
No, it's not. It's literally
because
not.
It's
but
they're albeit they're kind of similar. But in terms of who I'd take over, I'd take Acuna.
Of course you are.
I don't even think that's debatable. I really don't.
Not even close. No, it's not.
And I'm talking about two division rivals here. If I could steal one player from each team, I mean, I'd take. With the Braves, it's more would I take a pitcher instead?
Yeah.
With the Mets, I'm obviously taking Soto. Yeah. But, I mean, I'm not taking anyone from that rotation. Good God. Are you kidding me? Their ace is David Peterson.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
They just re-signed Sean Manaea. Who else is going to pitch for that team? I don't know. Did they still re-sign Jose Quintana?
Manaea wasn't bad, to be fair.
No, it wasn't, but it was because he changed his arm slot.
Yes. Sean Manaea wasn't bad.
Can he realistically keep that up?
And not only that, but it's even if not bad is not the standard that you need to have if you want to win that division and make playoffs. And make a push in the playoffs. Not bad is not the standard. The standard is great. Anyways, but that's because Steve Cohen literally went to Juan Soto with a blank check and said, fill in the dollar amount.
He did. And so, again, paying him like a modern day Barry Bonds, I know he's fantastic, and I'm not going to downplay his ability at all because he's a fantastic hitter, and I hate having him in my division again.
Yep.
But
welcome back.
But paying him like a modern day Barry Bonds is he's just not Barry Bonds. He's not. I don't know how else to frame that. Just the money he's getting.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know if the Mets win 3 World Series, which I really hope they fucking don't.
I know you.
Is it then worth it? Probably.
But that's the thing. In the 15 years that he's with them, the amount that it has to be is probably about 3, which is a lot. Especially
you have to compete with the Dodgers. You have to compete with the Phillies. You have to compete with the Braves. The Phillies and the Braves are in your division. And then you're also relying on any American League team to not get better.
Yeah. And, does adding Juan Soto to the Mets, does that make them the clear best team in the National League East? No.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It makes them a contender for the National League East, but even then, I would not pick them as the favorite. They'd be the 3rd favorite. They'd be behind the Braves and behind the Phillies.
I think they're currently the betting favorite to win the National League East.
I'm going to go put my life savings on the Braves and the Phillies.
I don't
have a lot. I got $13.
Yeah, I have 3.
Yeah. So, it's not a lot of money. But anyways, my point is, Juan Soto to the Mets should not make them the favorite to win the division. The starting pitching is too weak. The bullpen is too weak. The lineup is not bad. The lineup's good. I'll say the lineup is good, but they still don't know where Pete Alonso is going to go. Like, Pete Alonso is still a free agent.
He's still linked to the Blue Jays, which is hysterical.
Like, absolutely hysterical. If the Blue Jays and the Mets just do a Yankee swap and they're like, all right, you get Vlad Guerrero Jr., we get Pete Alonso, I'm going to... Like,
that would be hilarious.
Because then I'll just be like, Blue Jays, what are you doing? Like, do you have any idea? Which apparently they were in on Sasaki again, which I was like, LOL. Like,
the Blue Jays are straight up just the cuck chair. Like,
at this point, yes. Like, it's y'all were in on Soto or not? Wait, were they in on Soto? I don't know.
Probably.
They were in on Shohei Ohtani, and he was on a plane to Toronto at the time, and then like literally while he was on that plane, Shohei Ohtani just signed a contract with the Dodgers. And you're like, wait, who's on that plane? And they're like, I don't know.
Some other guy named Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
But, like, realistically, if the starting pitching there in the National League East, number one rotation overall is Phillies.
Yeah,
it's a close second.
I was going to say close second.
It's close second.
Could be number one. Like, it honestly all turns on what happens to Strider. Like, if Strider comes back and is the most dominant pitcher that he was, but then it's like, okay.
You also have to look at who are their 4 and 5.
Yeah, and that's where it gets shaky.
Yeah, because it's like, if I don't know how many other free agent pitchers there are out there for them, but if their 4 is Bryce Elder, ooh, Jesus.
Yeah.
And then after that, I don't know if I even have the Mets 3 in starting rotations.
Starting rotation? I don't think I do either. Well, I mean, the only reason they might be is because the Nationals, I don't even know who's starting for that. Mackenzie Gore?
Mackenzie Gore. Who's
Patrick Corbin?
I think they finally killed Patrick Corbin.
I think his contract is finally over.
Yeah.
They've been just trotting him out there to start 30 games with a 5 or 6 ERA for the last 5 years.
He's the worst pitcher in baseball.
Oh, man.
They were literally just playing him because he was being paid, which is hysterical. It's like they were running a beat-up old, like a 2006 Chevy Caravan. It was terrible.
He was the 99 Toyota Corolla of pitchers. Like, for the last 5 years, it's like, the engine does start.
It's like,
and he will go throw out there. But
like
is it going to be pretty?
The hood is silver. The car is gold. The back right door is black.
But the engine does start. The engine starts.
The other door is falling off. All of the windows are covered with duct tape.
But the engine does start every single day. The snow, the sleet, whatever.
Donuts.
It runs. The car does run.
You're just like,
it just isn't pretty. Like, it's just not pretty.
It's the ugliest thing on the road, but it's out there.
It is running. Slight snow, hail, doesn't matter. That engine will start. It's just not going to look good. That's what Patrick Corbin was the last 5 years.
9 runs in the first inning, but by God, is he going to give you 6 innings? They're going to be the worst 6 innings if you've ever seen.
They are going to be 6 innings in MLB history, for sure.
I think they're overall their pitching, you could argue it. Miami's rotation is definitely better.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Miami's rotation. Yeah,
they're getting Sandy
especially because they're getting at Sandy. Yep, they're getting back Sandy.
They have Sandy and Yuri Perez. I'd honestly probably put the Marlins rotation at 3.
Regardless, it is arguable where
you have a
the Mets are.
Winner. You have a Cy Young winner.
Yes,
and
you do.
You have Sandy. You don't have Jesus Lizard anymore because he's a Philly.
Yes, Jesus Lizard. I still love that. I don't know why, how I thought of that, but
dude, he trains at the same complex Andy Fainer does, and he said, "Dude, that kid's wicked." And I was like, "Yes." And Jesus Lizard is our 5 guy.
Yeah, that's a solid 5. That is a very solid. Like, it is a very, very, very good.
We do have 3 lefties. It's Wheeler, Knowles, Sanchez, Suarez, Jesus Lizard.
It's a lot of lefties.
Well, you got to counter Juan Soto and Matt Olson somehow.
Yeah, and that's a good way to do it.
I mean, that's what people did for us. Like, it's like, hey, look how many lefties the Phillies have.
And that's how the Phillies did not live up to the World Series favorites last year, that they were like midway through the season.
Well, they had like the best first half of the season ever. And then they were just like, we're going to be kind of mid for the rest of the season. Hope y'all don't mind. And we're like, actually, we do mind. But
and not only that, they were going to be mid for like part of the halfway through the season, and then they were going to just be bad, like just flat out bad.
Yeah.
And then go into the playoffs on the heels of just being flat out bad.
Yeah. Speaking of, just one guy that was in our bullpen last year, love Jeff Hoffman. He failed 2 medicals and signed with the Blue Jays. Because apparently he has damage to his right throwing shoulder. Which is, I mean, you're a pitcher. What's worse? Elbow tightness or your shoulder's about to fall off?
Elbow tightness. No question.
Yes. True. But what if his shoulder falls off? Is his career over?
Yes, his career is over. And also, why the fuck...
I'm not going to put that on him, but apparently he had deals from the Orioles and the Braves on the table, and then he failed the medicals because his damage was so extensive.
Hang on. And to show you how easy it is to pass the medicals for the Orioles, they signed fucking Charlie Morton.
Charlie Morton's literally a walking dead man.
Like, Charlie Morton has been an old pitcher for the last decade. Like,
but by God, can he spin that curveball?
He can. And I do think the Orioles signing Charlie Morton was a good signing. I think that was a good signing.
Okay.
It's not what they needed.
While we're going into the Orioles, because I mean that's a good segue. That's going to be really good for Grayrod.
Yes, agreed. Going to be very good for Grayrod, but it's not even close to what the Orioles needed.
They needed an ace. They don't have an ace right now. Bradish is still dead.
They needed a Blake Snell. They needed a Sasaki. Who were some other giant free agent pitchers? Corbin Burns.
Who they already had.
Yeah. Who they already had. They needed that, and they just were like, Charlie Morton, best we can do. So
Bro wanted Sasaki money. Didn't have it. Charlie Morton is champ.
And that just shows me that the GM for the Orioles is unserious. Like,
Michael is definitely unserious.
The new ownership group, they came in, everyone was ahead trained. Shit, we bought into it. We were like, we're thinking the Orioles are going to spend money. They spent zero money. I'll
say this right now. If they start using the prospect pool of the kids that are never going to make the MLB, they could trade for a Sandy or a Yuri Perez and be serious.
They could, but from what I'm saying, and not only that, but no, I disagree, because what they came in and said they were going to do was spend money. They have not done that.
They have not done
at all.
No,
at all. So
well, I'm just saying the trade could be like,
it would help them for sure.
We're actually serious about trying to win this division this year.
Yes,
right now,
but they're not serious about spending money, like, and being a dominant force that they could be. Because could you imagine if the Dodgers ownership group had the talent that the Orioles have right now, MLB young talent right now? By God, we'd be looking at the Dodgers for the next 20 years. And we'd just be like, fuck it, we're done.
We would become a different sport podcast. I'd have to get you into football somehow.
Because it would just be like, cool, the Dodgers now have the best farm system and now young talent in the MLB currently, and they're spending money like it's burning a hole in their fucking pocket.
They're like that scene from The Dark Knight where the Joker just lights everything on fire and slides down it.
Yeah, and they're just like, fuck it, we're going to win the next 20 World Series in a row.
Yeah.
And we would just have to sit there and be like, cool. So, yeah, they have Gunnar Henderson, who they brought in, they drafted him, farmed him up. They have Adley Rutschman, same thing. They got Kobe Mayo, they got freaking everybody. Their entire team.
Jackson
Holiday. And we're just like, cool. They have the entire, like, they were so successful at drafting everybody. And then not only did they do that, they went out and they signed Sasaki, they signed Shohei Ohtani, they, like, do this crazy shit that they've been doing. And just like, all right, cool, fuck it. Like, done. The team is just the best team ever.
I would immediately be like, okay, so we're no longer a baseball podcast. We're actually now a hockey and college football podcast. That's it.
I'd have to switch like complete. Like, we'd be so far off baseball. I'd be like, we are now doing Colombian table tennis.
Colombian table tennis. Can you bet on that?
Probably. I tried.
That's why you have $13.
Yes. Look, man, it was a lock. I know it was a lock, but it didn't hit.
Damn.
Anyways, well, we're lasting a very long time, like usual.
We haven't been here for a month.
Yes.
The Orioles are unserious.
Orioles are unserious. The A's are serious.
They re-signed Brent Rooker.
Yeah.
Funniest Twitter personality in baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's clearly just one of the dudes.
Yeah, he is definitely one of the guys.
Yeah. Well, so is Scoobs. We know that, but
yeah, Scoobs is definitely a guy. Like, that guy definitely rips sins for sure. Which, if his mom is listening, we didn't say that. He does not do sins. He's a good boy.
Don't ground him.
Do not ground him again. Yeah. We'll be back sometime. We'll try to keep it more consistent.
At some point, we will be more consistent.
At some point, we will keep it more consistent when hopefully things get more consistent in our lives, because it's not like our lives are changing daily.
Totally not happening.
No, not at all.
Not even a little bit. You got anything else?
Not that I can think of. Since we didn't even talk about my Cardinals once this podcast, they suck. That's all I have. All right.
Who has it worse?
Who has it worse? Nobody. All right. Later, everybody.
Peace.